Progesterone has many, pardon me, many metabolic effects on the body. One of them is it's very warming. So, and this is actually how, a lot of times when if you're someone who is interested in fertility, maybe interested in getting pregnant, you might be tracking your basal body temperature over the course of the cycle. And one of the ways for you to know that you've ovulated is to see a rise in temperature post ovulation, and that's under the effect of progesterone. So progesterone does not show up unless you ovulate. So it's warming. What the other things that progesterone does is it slows down your bowel movements. So you may notice in the second half of your cycle that you're not as regular as you were in the follicular phase of your cycle. So it slows down your bowel movements, slows down your gut motility as well. So you may notice, we'll call it more GI distress, right? Like you may feel maybe a bit more bloated, maybe a bit more distended if you're eating your meals very quickly, and you're, maybe not chewing all the way through, and you're kind of taking in air as well. You may be feeling a little bit more distended, a little bit more bloated in the second half of your cycle than in your first half. And so it has this, it slows everything down. But the other thing that it does is a potent stimulator of your appetite. So you will feel, and a lot of women will say that they don't really have cravings for anything in the first half of their cycle. But come week 3, and particularly week 4, when we see that peak, like progesterone typically peaks right at the end of week 3, at the beginning of week 4. So like call it, if we're assuming like a 28-day cycle, it will peak somewhere around day 21 or 22. So we will have this peak, and that is when the woman is like, I want the cookies, the chips, the carbs, like give me the crackers, like let me clean out the pantry. And so and so we have this appetite stimulation. And the other thing, of course, that we have in week 4, pairing up with that, is your body is essentially, as a woman, preparing you for pregnancy, irrespective of whether or not you want a baby is not your body's concern. Your body is every month preparing the endometrial lining in preparation for a fertilized egg. So it is trying to make the endometrial lining big and fluffy and full of nutrients to receive this this fertilized egg. So you're actually throwing, as a woman, a ton of nutrients into this endometrial lining. Like if I were to take a blood draw in my week 4, let's say, versus my week 2, you're going to see a decrease in plasma glucose, a decrease in amino acids, in free fatty acids, and then also nutrients like zinc and selenium and glutathione and magnesium and all the things, because your body is literally shoving all of these nutrients into this endometrial lining. So you need to have, so just having an understanding of that. Just give me 1 second. I have to just clear my throat.
Yeah, you're good.
There we go. So just having an understanding of the ebbs and flows of your appetite under the influence of progesterone is going to help hopefully reduce some of the shame and blame when you feel like you want more calories. I actually, in the book, talk about week 4 bumping up your total caloric consumption anywhere from 10 to 20%. And I know that seems like, for a lot of women, that's like, oh my God, what is she talking about? I've been calorically restricting my whole life. Like I've been on a diet since I was 8, like, what is she talking about? Like increasing these calories, but you metabolically require more calories in week 4 because of this frenzied development of the endometrial lining under the influence of progesterone and other things as we've been talking about.